There's just 15 million pieces that still need done. I'm gonna get started on this. So yeah, no big deal. Let's get going. You really gotta pull them outside to get a good look at them. I'm really happy with how this came out. What's up, it's Casey from Casey's Customs. I'm building the baddest budget build chassis swap on the planet, 1950 Chevy Pontiac G8 chassis. In this video, I finish up the 3 to 4 inch chop, and we also get all of the metal work done in widening the body. If you haven't watched any of the videos, I cut this entire car in half and widened it almost a foot, and we get all that done in this video. So let's get to the footage right now. All right, we are on the best budget chassis swap on the planet. 1950 Chevy, 2008 Pontiac G8. We have already cut down the Pontiac, obviously. We have the body on top. Now, a 50 Chevy is pretty narrow. A Pontiac G8 is pretty damn wide. So, we have widened the entire car. I think it was a foot, and then we might have pushed it in a couple more inches, so it's probably like 10 inches now. So, as you can see, you gotta cut there, you gotta cut there, and you gotta cut right down the center of the hood. In the last video, I got the front end on, so we actually have a front end working. On the front end, what I did was I split it in 2 5-inch sections on each side. That way I could still run a stock grill. Obviously, I'm gonna have to lengthen the bumper, or widen the bumper. We still need to do some hood work, and we chopped it in the last video. We got started finishing up our chop, and naturally, because I'm a glutton for punishment, we couldn't just do a standard chop. We also leaned the pillars in, as you can see, which is just that much more work, but damn it, it looks good. In this video, I want to start finishing up more of the chop. I need to get the other side done. I haven't done any of the door work, any of the pillar work on the other side, and we obviously need to clean all this up. I was going to go ahead and start on this side, start making all these little pieces, but I think I want to get the other side done, or at least done as much as this side is done. That way I can make sure they mirror each other really well. First thing we need to do, this thing has been outside for a couple weeks, so all of my seams are rusty. I'm going to come in here, grind all those back down to bare metal. That way I can get a good weld on them. And we had to slice right down this door on the roof to pull this in a little bit because it was a little bit wonky. And I have the same thing going on the other side. You can see how much it's sticking out here. So we're going to have to trim this down as well and push it in so that our drip rails will line up. Anytime you widen it, just the geometry of everything changes. Everything is all over the place. If it was a standard chop, it would be a little bit easier. The fact that it's a standard chop and a widening situation, we got a lot of different angles in play here, but we can pull it off. It's just a ton of work. For now, I'm gonna get everything ground back down to bare metal. Then we're gonna start getting our door and our pillar set on this passenger side. We're currently doing a giveaway on this 1966 Mustang. I have entirely too many cars, and I'm starting to run out of places to park them. So if you want in on this, go to Caseyscustoms.com for all the details and information. You can read there on the website what you got to do. In my giveaways, I also provide free shipping in the continental US, the lower 48. So you can still win if you're outside of that region. You're just gonna have to figure out the shipping on yourself. So if you want to do that, Caseyscustoms.com. But for now, let's get to the damn footage already. So, I probably spent 3 hours just getting to this point. There's just so much stuff going on. And it's really easy to make your shapes not match. I don't want to do that, obviously, so I'm back and forth here trying to make sure everything lines up. Okay. That just went down inside the hood. That was amazing. I have to find that tape measure tomorrow. Okay, perfect. I know the door's perfect. I can build around it with my roof. Where's the roof? There it is. There's the roof. I say roof like 5 different ways. Roof, roof, whatever. Sometimes it's hard to talk on camera. Wait! Oh, wow. That is just so tricky. Dang, that looks pretty good right there, too. Sweet! We are off to a very good start. All right, we're back, baby. I spent the whole day playing with a wagon, and it's cool, but the whole time I was thinking, damn, this Chevy's cool as hell. I kept looking at it going, man, this thing is the shit. We are going to continue on with the chop progress. There's just 15 million pieces that still need done. I'm gonna get started on this. Once I have the pillar in here, I can kind of get a good idea on what needs done next. Basically, once the pillar's in there, you can just start filling in all your corners. We still have to do this back corner over here, but it's all doable. It's all doable. It's just work and time and little pieces of metal and hours of grinding and cutting and welding. So yeah, no big deal. Let's get going. All right, we're back. We are going to start tackling all of these little spots. I think I said in the last video, that's what I want to do next, and then I will start tackling the giant holes from widening it, but I really want to get these all buttoned up. This shit is going to take forever, but it'll be nice to have the sides essentially done. I think this side is actually a little bit better off than the other side. The other side has even more spots because we had to cut and trim and move stuff. It's about the same. But yeah, we need to, well, that's nice. I don't have to do that one on this side. Yeah, we need to get all this shit patched. This is all just flat sheet, which is a little bit easier. Now that I say that, that's not. That's a curved piece that I should have put back. Shit! Okay, well, damn it! All right, let's get to work. Son of a bitch. Oh. Some people ask why I do time-lapse footage, because I always say, 1, you wouldn't want to watch me weld for 2 hours. 2, the stuff I do sometimes takes forever. I'm probably 2.5, 3 hours in on just this section. Crazy. Oh, you piece of shit.
Ah! Are we there yet?
Woo! Oh, what a pain in the ass. I don't know if I want to start tackling these spots tonight or not. We might save that for tomorrow. And that looks good, though. Now, I know this looks like a train wreck, kind of just crazy cuts and slits that need fixed everywhere, but this is actually huge. Everything that I had to weld was like a piece of a door panel or a piece of a roof, as far as like curved pieces with structure behind it. These little pieces here, there and there, that's just flat sheet. It doesn't need to have a complete brace behind it. This one does, but I can make that from the inside. Like that stuff back there, that's just a piece of metal that we got to get fit right and weld it, which is huge. Makes this job a lot easier. Well, easier to do, rather. It's certainly not easy, but yeah, that's huge. What I want to do tomorrow is come in and get all those little pieces done on both sides. Obviously, there's a bunch on this side too. Get all these little slits finished up and welded, and then we can start tackling the giant pieces in the hood and the roof. They are very big, but those are pretty simple-ish. It's just, you know, a big sheet that needs to have some roll in it. I will probably have to roll those on my English wheel, most likely. I know for a fact I'm going to have to on these back pieces. Whenever we start tying this stuff in, this just has way too much curve to just, you know, bend it with your knee or whatever. But I'm going to do this dead last. I want to do all of the stuff around the doors, the hood, and then the roof, and then do this back at the end because it's going to be a bitch. I don't have an English wheel here, but I do have one in my other shop, so I can run back and forth if I have to. Oh! Man, I like the way this car looks. All right, passenger side is done. Making the drip rails was by far the biggest pain in the ass. Probably took longer to make the 2 drip rail pieces than the rest of the pieces, but that shit is done, and I only have to do one little drip rail section on the driver's side. So let's weld up the driver's side. Also, I caught something on fire inside the door, and it stinks in this shop now. It was like very, very old, I don't know, like mouse nest fire. Is not great. All right, let's go over here. Oh, this shit just takes forever. It's just like a half a day for one side. I'll be completely honest with you, I was gonna stop on the passenger side, but the fire scared me. So I kind of hung around for, I don't know, another hour or so. I got that piece done. I got this piece down here done. So tomorrow we're going to get all this buttoned up and finally start on the roof. I've been saying that for 2 days now, but now we definitely should be able to because this stuff just takes forever. Just takes forever. It might be a piece this big, but you can't just slap it on there. You got to make sure, you know, you butt weld it so it fits in there perfect, because if you just overlapped it, it would be too thick where your door is. You can't grind it down. It looks like shit. You know, sometimes you can get away with overlapping stuff. This isn't one of those times, unfortunately. So still knocked it out. Got a lot of shit done today. Excited. Tomorrow we're going to hit it hard. Hopefully, I'd love to knock out all the metal work on this thing tomorrow. So that is the plan.
The next day.
All right, we're here to finish up the metal work. I had the shop door open. I just got here. And naturally, I'm getting viciously attacked. Hey, come here, mama. Come here, mama. That's why you gotta watch out for these pit bulls, man. They are dangerous. Come here, hey. They'll just pet you all day and they won't leave you alone. Yeah, yeah. Oh, scratchy butts, scratchy butts, scratchy butts. Yeah, scratchy butts. Scratchy butt girl. Huh? Oh, wow, my camera's picking you up as a car. My camera said automotive detected. Come here. That's how you know you're getting big, girl. This is not my dog, by the way. This is the neighbor's. Hey, 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 hey. Come here. Don't go chasing them cats into there. Don't you go chasing them cats in there. He's a good girl. Yeah, yeah. Oh, she's smelling the cats. Where are they at? Where the cat's at? Where the cat's at? I like when I talk to you, your butt shakes. Hey, your mama. Oh, your shaky butt. Oh, it's a shaky butt. I don't know, maybe you do get the cat out of there. I don't care. Just a good girls. I'm getting a lot of work done right now with you here. Yes, I am. Good girl, good girl. All right, I'm going back to work. I gotta shut the door. You're gonna come back in. Yep. Hey, you gotta go home. You gotta go home. You gotta go home. Oh, don't give me the sad face. Don't give me the sad face. Don't give me the sad face. Yeah, are we going to have 2 minutes of me playing with the dog instead of working with the car? Maybe. Get out of there. Get out of there. Go, go, go. All right. My bad. Back to work. I'm super manly. I certainly don't pet strange dogs. Let's get this shit done. All right. Sides are both done. That was a pain in the ass. Apparently I say pain in the ass way too often, by the way. Somebody said they were going to take a drink every time I said pain in the ass. Don't do that. I do not want to be responsible for someone dying of alcohol poisoning, but that was a pain in the ass. I got my sheet metal lined up so I can cut. I'm going to get started on the hood first, then we will tackle the roof. The roof is going to be a bitch. All right, let's go. Okay, got the hood done. This needed a lot more massaging than I thought it did. I knew that side was bent. I did not realize how much it was bent until I started putting a sheet on it that was basically flat and symmetrical. The bend was all the same. Then I realized how far the driver's side was off. Had to make a bunch of relief cuts. And, ooh, that's still a little hot. And pull it in with some sheet metal screws. That way I could get my lap really good. I got that all welded. I still need to weld in a shitload more in probably 30 different holes, but it is flat and it looks good. I'm very, very happy. Since we had to kind of make those relief cuts, it actually kind of took some of the bulge out of the hood, which I like. Almost gave it like a pancaked look. Not too much, but a little bit. So I like that a lot, actually. We are going to start on the roof now. What I'm going to do on the roof, because right now it's actually down a little bit in the center. It's kind of hard to see it on camera, but it is. What I'm going to do when I make this piece, I'm going to make it super wide. I'm not going to just do, you know, like the 12-inch section that it needs. I'm going to do like 3 foot, so it goes all the way across. And then what I can do is make sure it's flat in the middle. I'll probably have to adjust those bars that I have in the middle, kind of holding it up, but that'll make it a lot easier, because if I just come in here and did a strip right down there, there's no way to make sure it doesn't have 2 different dips. The whole reason I'm saying that is because the first one I ever widened 15 years ago, whenever we did this, I welded it down the middle and it actually pulled in a bunch, sucked it in, and it looked like 2 bumps across the hood, and I hated it. So we are definitely not going to be doing that again, and we're going to make this section really, really wide. I will probably have to roll this on my English wheel. I'm not sure. But let's get the metal cut, get it thrown up there, and see how it looks. So it's not as bad as I thought. Still a little bit high on the driver's side. I might need to do a little bit of English wheeling to get some crown in it. I'm going to have my dad help me. He can't do it tonight, but he can be here tomorrow. What I'm going to probably do is the braces that were going across in the middle, they're gone. They fell right out because they were just held in with sheet metal screws. What I'm probably going to do is get in there with like a scissor jack, push those up until it's square, and then we can lock it in. But most likely we're going to have to roll it a little bit. What I could do also is cut this sheet down a little bit, make it in 3 pieces. Then my center won't need as much crown, but then I'll have to actually do a lot more rolling for the front and the back. I don't know exactly how I'm going to play that out yet, but I definitely need another set of hands and another set of eyes to do this big old piece. So we'll be back tomorrow to hit it hard and probably finish it up, because we have been working on this for a lot of time for someone who does 2 videos a week. Starting to look like something. All right, we are down at the other shop, getting ready to roll the roof piece, and the old man isn't here to help me, so this is going to be a train wreck. This is way too big of a piece to do by yourself, but we're going to give it hell. Why not? Also, if you have not seen this 55 Chevy yet, we're going to be working on that probably in the next day or 2, and we are putting this 6.2 all aluminum Corvette motor. I think these are 500 or 525 right out of the gates with nothing added onto them. Got a big old transmission for it too, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be a fun one. Also, I got my templates for the back window. I need to cut these out, and these need a lot of shape in them. They have to curve this way and that way. So I'm going to probably go ahead and cut those out and roll them while we're here, but I don't know if I'm going to start with the hard one first or cut those out. I'll probably cut those out first, and then, I mean, it's going to be a shit show rolling a 3-foot by 6-foot piece by yourself. But yeah, let's see what happens. All right, I got the 2 sides done. That was pretty easy. Now it's time for the train wreck. Oh, let's go. All right, I got the piece rolled. Naturally, I added a little bit too much curve to it, but that's okay. We should be able to shape it up a little bit, either on a tree stump or on my basketball pole out there. Same thing with these. Actually went a little too much, but it should be okay, I think. Not as bad on these, really, but not great. So that's the problem when you don't have your English wheel at your shop. Sometimes, you know, you just add a little bit too much shape to them, but we should be okay. The roof's actually a little bit closer than I thought it was, so I'm going to start messing with it. Dad's on his way down, hopefully, to help me. Hopefully we can get these pieces in. Once these pieces are in, the bulk of the work is done. Obviously, there's still a ton of welding that needs done, but and we have to still do the trunk, but we're off to a really good start. So let's get going. Check it out. The old man hasn't showed up yet, so I had to do all this by myself, which is a giant pain in the ass. But I got the roof piece in there. Roof is looking pretty damn good, and it's straight. But this all has to come off because I need to trim my corners, and I need to trim the back a little bit, because as you can see, I got a wrinkle here. There's too much pressure in these corners. Also, you always want to round your corners whenever you weld something this big. Whenever you weld a point, puts a lot of heat down in here, so if it's rounded, that helps that. Also, whenever I do that and I pop it off, I can hammer this out a little bit. There's just too much going on in this corner, so it doesn't matter if you push this down or not, it just makes the wrinkle move. So taking that corner out will help a lot. Also, like I said, once it's out, I can probably tap it down a little bit with a hammer. I smoothed this out a bunch. Has a little bit of curve to it, but nothing crazy like it was. Front is actually where it was really curved, and I got that matching almost perfect, so that's great. Pop this off, grind it out. Also, whenever you do this, whenever you use self-tappers, you'll actually get a little bit of metal in between the self-tapper and the sheet going in, and so see where these spots are pumped up a little bit? There's actually little metal shavings under there, so I'll probably end up putting more screws in it as well, but that will help a lot. So let's cut some shit. Finally! This was like a whole day thing, but it is square. Everything looks perfect. All my edges are laid out really nice, ready for weld. I was gonna go ahead and weld it, but I'm gonna do these back pieces real quick. If I have to get those screwed in, I will, and then just weld the whole thing at once. I think that'll be easier to do. And then that's gonna be the video. This has been like a week's worth of work just getting this shit. And like I said, I probably spent, oh my God, 10 hours just getting that roof. It's so hard to get it where it's just all lined up. There's a lot of curves in it. There's not a ton of curves side to side, but it's still there. So you kind of got to just work it a little bit. The English wheel with that big of a piece by yourself is like working out. I mean, it's just a bitch, but it looks pretty good. I wanted it to come all the way down to take care of this, but that's a pretty easy piece to make myself. I'll just whip that up real quick. But let's focus on getting the rear window done now and call this a damn very, very work heavy video. I never know how long these are going to be because there's a lot of time-lapse footage, but if this was one-to-one, like filming every single step, this would be like a 60-hour video probably. But yeah, cool. Let's get this rear window done. Oh, sweet. All right, something's on fire. Probably the headliner, but that's okay. I'm gonna pop all these screws off while I hope that goes out. Boom. Got it done. What a pain in the ass. Also, I'm trying to get better about saying pain in the ass. Probably still 4 or 5 this video, but not 35 like on the last video. What I want to do now is get all the welds ground down. Obviously, we still have to weld everything fully, but I just want to knock the tops off of everything to kind of get a good look at it. That'll also make it easier for when I go to fully weld it. So I was going to explain back here, the reason this is all open is because this little package tray right here might end up changing whenever I do the trunk. So I don't want to get this 100% welded and then end up having to cut something and rework this. So I'm just leaving this open for now. Hopefully it'll all go together and all we'll have to do is make this little belt line piece. But I don't know. It just depends on how I can cut the trunk, how we widen the trunk. The trunk is not the easiest thing to widen because there's so many different angles going on, but we will tackle that on the next video. Very, very happy with all the stuff we got done. We're gonna give it a quick grind, push it outside, that way we can get a good look at it. Oh my God, I just heard a cat die or something. Yeah. So this is the mother of my cat who abandoned them in the Mustang. And apparently the babies are grown up enough where she is back in heat. And let me tell you, this is not a judging community. This is a safe space here on this YouTube channel, but you're a whore. There was 3 cats over here the other day, all all taking turns. So you're kind of a naughty girl. You're a free spirit is what we used to say in college. She's a very free spirit. My wife, even though it's a random, just wild cat, my wife actually wants to catch her and get her fixed so that we can stop this kitten problem, because I still have a 5-week-old kitten. So where's the other kittens? There's no way. They should still be drinking milk. So did they all die just so you can get raw dogged by 3 cats yesterday? I'm not judging, but 3, they were literally waiting in line. There was one having relations. There was literally 2 watching and waiting for their turn. That is a free spirit if I've ever heard it. So the good news is you're actually kind of nice when you don't have babies. Whenever she had her kittens, she wouldn't come around anybody and she'd hiss at you. Now that the babies are gone, apparently she's nice. But you are a dirty slut. I'm sorry. That was a little judgmental. My wife wants me to fix you. She wants me to catch you. And I'll be honest with you, you're making it pretty easy right now. Maybe we take you down to the animal shelter and get you fixed, huh? Before I have to freaking take care of more babies. Damn it. Damn it. God, you are a cute little son of a bitch. I'll give you that. Yes. She said, I'm a free spirit. I love boys. Holy shit, there's another cat over there waiting. It just jumped off the hood. Goodness gracious. If you're gonna have sex, just get off my cars, for God's sakes. You really got to pull them outside to get a good look at them. Also, it hasn't rained in a week. Sure enough, as soon as I pull the car out, it starts sprinkling. Damn, I like that car a lot. Dude, that looks good, man. I wasn't sure about the height of it, but it sits perfect. I don't even think I'm going to lower it anymore. Once we put the new rockers on it, it'll look even lower. But damn, I'm really happy with how this came out. The widening and the chop was a little bit crazy, I'll be honest with you. But damn, that looks good. It looks so crazy. Also, as wide as it is, it makes it look even lower. Really need to do the trunk. That would help a lot, but holy shit. What a cool looking car. Man, I really like that. I know I've said it 10 times, but holy shit, that looks good. Damn, it looks good. Not only that, whenever we put the bumper on, that'll drop it down too. Ooh, I like it. I better get it inside before it rusts instantly. Son of a bitch, I can't believe it started raining. As soon as I pull this fucking thing out. Oh, I'm so fucking happy. I'm like a little kid. Extremely happy. I mean, can't say it enough, but man, that is a really cool looking car. It's by far one of the best chassis swaps I've ever done. Not just how the body looks, but, you know, the Pontiac G8, 6.0 LS. We put a big cam in it, all that stuff. This build's just going to be an amazing one. This might be one I actually keep because it's really growing on me. I love it. We are doing a budget build on this one. We're still under quite a bit. I'm trying to do under $5,000. I need to add everything up, but rough estimate, I think I'm probably $3,500 because we sold a lot of stuff off of the Pontiac. It might even be less than that. I sold all the doors, everything. So I'll get that added up for the next video, but yeah. As far as like labor goes, this is probably one of the heaviest labor videos I've done in a very long time. I mean, this was every bit of 60-70 hours. Now, I don't know if that translates into how long this video is. This might only be a 20-minute video. I don't know. But yeah, like, I spent a full day on just this side, fixing the chop, getting my posts lined up. All that stuff just takes forever. Basically a full day on the roof, half a day on the hood. I mean, just takes forever. Don't widen a car unless you are ready to burn through a lot of welding wire and a lot of grinding discs, cut off wheels, and just a lot of sheet metal. I don't have any. What's funny, the car that's coming in the shop next is going to be the 1967 Impala that I'm building, like the car from the TV show Supernatural. That girl right there, God, she's pretty. God, she's pretty. She's actually coming into the shop, and I was gonna do some more sheet metal work on that. I used every bit of sheet metal I had. I had a sheet and a half. They are 8x4. I had a sheet and a half, and it's all gone. Just from little pieces here and there, and I'm not done by any means. We still have to do the trunk, but yeah, just ungodly amount of work, but man, it's looking so good. It's hard to tell on video. You can't ever really see. Also, a lot of people will just look at unfinished welds and go, ah, it's, you still, you know, whatever, that's not done. It's not done by any means, but we did 90% of the metal work that needed done on this car in this video, and I just could not be happier. The split down the middle looks so bitchin'. I love it. I'm smiling like a schoolgirl. I have new rockers coming because my rockers are completely shot on this. Got some other parts coming. Whenever those come in, the plan is to do the trunk, then put the new rockers on, finish up all of this back window stuff, and then hopefully in that video, we're gonna start plugging some of the computers back in. I basically had to cut everything off the back of this car, and all my computer system and stuff was tied into this back package tray. That's not there anymore, so we're gonna have to remount some stuff, but I'd like to get all that plugged back in and see if we can't fire her up and take her for a spin. Still needs a tune because we did put a bigger cam in it, but it was still drivable after I did all that. Looking forward to all that and more. I also just got all the parts in for the CRX that I need to drive it. All the brakes, all the brake lines, everything I needed, shifter, throttle, pedal, everything is ready to go on this one. So hopefully we're gonna be driving this in the next video too. Got a lot of really cool stuff going on here on the channel. If you would, please hit that subscribe button. Helps us grow more than you would imagine. For the coolest merchandise on the planet, go to Caseyscustoms.com. I currently have a Mustang giveaway going on right now. If you go to Caseyscustoms.com, you can go on the website, see what you got to do. You can buy a sticker. There's a couple other things you can do to get entered. I think it's only been live for 2 days. I think it's already like 70% full, so it probably will be filling up very, very shortly. So get in on that if you want to. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, comment, all the good shit they tell you at the end of videos, and check out some more of my other videos. Peace. I love you.